I have help today. Always, I would be doing this forever. You're cleaning and I'm doing the watering. See? I've trained you well. Show us what you're doing.
Well, we have these beautiful succulents that just suck up all the water you give it to make them nice and plump, but eventually the ones in the bottom get super dry and dead.
Yeah, and that's usually because I don't water them in time.
And for some reason, every time I pluck one and get it out from underneath the plant, I feel like the plant is saying thank you.
It is saying thank you. It's like, ah.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
Yeah, so if you don't water your succulents in a timely manner, the succulent, the way it survives is it takes the water from the bottom leaves. So that's the leaves you're pulling there, honey. But if I watered it on time, they're still gonna sometimes shed leaves. That's normal, but like not this much.
So it's bottom to top.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You're grabbing it by the head.
Well, that's my way of making sure it's secure and I don't like.
Right, I do that too.
It around.
You gotta hold it nice and firm. Let's see, how did you do?
I still gotta work.
Oh, yep, I see a couple in there.
Why use my phone? Your phone has
Because my
way better.
phone is playing our wonderful, what kind of music? I'm gonna say it wrong.
Relaxing meditation.
Yeah, but it's
bird
from a
music.
country. What is that?
Tibetan.
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 I always call it Tibetan. You're doing good.
Oh.
I think the wine is helping you.
What? It does help to the relaxation piece, I tell you.
Yeah, see? We are listening to relaxation. Nice music. I'll be the judge of that. Let's see. I think this one's Arctic ice. I think that's what they call this one. Or there's other names for it. What's another name for it?
Arctic Ice's haircut is done.
Yay.
Or should I call it a roof cut?
It looks sort of like this one. But see how thirsty this one looks? Ooh, it's like, this one's really thirsty. The leaves are like flapping like this.
Can you stop YouTubing on my phone? I don't have as much space as you do.
I'm gonna put that on the YouTube channel.
You're gonna make my phone run slow.
I'm gonna put that on the YouTube now.
That's what happened to my computer. I'm like sitting there playing games. It's great. And then all of a sudden you touch it one time, and all of a sudden my game freezes. It doesn't work right.
Is this rants with husband time?
Yep. I'm gonna start my own YouTube channel.
And I'll be your first subscriber. All right, I will stop recording. And this is, yeah, see, so if you look, you can tell that powdery mildew. This is a good learning experience. Right there. There's powdery mildew. See those white circles? That's mildew. And honestly, I literally had no issue with powdery mildew until I brought my plants in last year to winterize them, pulling them out of the ground and then all of a sudden, boom, I had powdery mildew issues all over the place. So next year I'm going to try something different and see what happens. But I think I'm going to do cuttings. So when I bring new plants that are growing in the ground, I think I'm going to just chop their heads and bring them in that way, and maybe that'll help. I don't know.
You sound like a queen.
Off with their heads.
Off with their heads?
That's what I'm gonna have to do. I have to try something new.
Oh my god.
Because I'm going to want to keep the plant, but I don't want to bring
Plantings.
mildew in. And I think that
Cut through.
maybe it's coming from the soil. So if I just cut off the heads, then
what the heads?
then I cannot have to worry so much about it. We'll see. I'm still figuring this out because last year was my first year where I actually had succulents growing in the ground here in Minnesota. That was like an experiment for me. Okay, so what plant is this? I think this is a pudgy. It's a sedum. So I love sedums because they grow so many. Like, see all that? Ooh, they grow like crazy. They duplicate and duplicate and duplicate. Ooh, you've got your doctor's clavicle scissors.
Yeah, this one a little bit different. Different type of precision here.
Yeah, we got tools for everything, honey. We should tell them what we got here.
I got a large one right now.
Right here. We got this large, yeah.
Pick up a little bit more at a time.
Yeah, well, that's like a huge one. Then we have the smaller ones.
Because this succulent, as soon as I went to go pluck dead leaf,
Off of there?
it would just fall immediately.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I touched it.
Yeah, I have those
It's
experiences.
one
too.
of those. They're all kind of different on how they come.
Yeah,
off.
you know they're really dead if they just fall when you touch them. But yeah, you need a tool for
But
everything.
it's all cleaned up, but now I gotta clean up the dirt.
Yeah,
Because
because
you said I can't just...
yeah, you don't want to leave those. See, what he's doing is to get like, those leaves that fall to the bottom. You don't want to leave those in there because two reasons. One, if they have been infected by powdery mildew, you don't want that to sit in there. You want to get rid of that. And two, mealy bugs and pests love to live within, you know, those old leaves. I would also, let's see here. I would pull these ones too, honey. I think those might be powdery mildew, or like they look a little bit like there's something's going on there. So when you're done, clean up those dead parts. We'll pick off some of these ones on the bottom here.
Yeah, let me get this tedious stuff done quick.
It's looking good,
You
though.
forgot one thing, too.
What's
you
that?
just said it.
That's looking good.
And it looks better, right?
Aw, is that what you wanted to
After
say, honey?
Cleaning it up.
You want a little bit of credit? Yeah, it looks great. You're doing great, babe.
Okay. So you want those both?
Yeah,
Scalpel.
yeah, scalpel. Get them out,
Tweezers.
doctor. Just the bottom one. Yeah, those 3 bottom ones, maybe. There you go. They should come off pretty easy. They come off pretty easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm gonna get that one too.
Yeah.
A little wilty.
The little one that's wagging around. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a juicy one. There we go. Okay, it looks pretty good. I love these little babies down here. It's fun to watch them. They grow so fast. I mean, that's a lot. There's so many.
Some of them look like rocks.
Mm-hmm. It's very deceiving. Well, good job.
Sweet.
Good job. You're doing great. Okay, so now we get to the next one. We're getting the 50th plant. Right, honey?
Yeah, it's a really good shoulder workout as well. Just throwing that out there. Side by. I think they're just gonna fall off.
Yes,
Yep.
they will. So you can do that and then grab them all. So I think this is a Francisco Baldi. And I love this one because you can grow babies from leaves super easy. Like if you can see all those little babies in there, those are just from leaves. So I love this one. It's easy to like duplicate and duplicate and duplicate. And it's really pretty when you put it in the sun. If it gets full sun, it gets like a pinkish color. So it's a good one. It's a good one to have. I have quite a few of those actually. Let's see, I have one here that I grew all those from little leaves. And then, I don't want to go too fast and make people dizzy. I have a bigger one over here. So they're growing up. They kind of get viney or leggy. They just like to grow like that, I found. But here, if you look in the center, look at all those little babies. Those are all from leaves. And they grow really fast too. So I really like that one. Might as well show some of these plants over here. And these ones you already cleaned up. Now they're just getting a good drink. No, I was gonna say one of my favorite tools, I didn't say it yet, I forgot, is this tiny tweezer, because it's really pointy. I wonder, it's hard to get it to be able to be seen in the camera, it's blurry. But I love this one because you can grab mealy bugs with it. Just get in there, there we go, now you can see it. You just go in there and you pinch that mealy bug and squish it. I love this. I sound evil, don't I? What did the mealy bug ever do to me? I'll tell you. Yeah. It sucks the life out of my plants.
Sing it, girl.
Yeah. It sucks the succulents. And it does not make me happy. If you come at my succulents, it's on, you know? I will fight you.
And the mealy bugs are what? Bacteria that floats in the air, meets water, meets a living organism?
No, a mealy bug is literally like, remember how I had that the fungus gnat issue where those little gnats were flying around? Mm-hmm. It's just like a pest like that, only it doesn't have wings. The only ones that have wings are the males. And fun fact, males don't eat. So I think they live for like 3 days. All they do is they just breed.
And are mealy bugs everywhere? Like, can you get mealy bugs anywhere on the globe?
Probably anywhere it's warm. I don't think they can live in a cold climate. But anywhere that's warm, you will find them. And no matter how much you think you've cleaned your plants, it does not matter. I swear to you. Like, I used to be so upset about mealy bugs and oh my gosh, it's never going to end. Well, you just have to accept the fact when you have plants like succulents, you're going to just be dealing with it. It's just you just take care of it like when you're taking care of your plants. So like right now, as we are cleaning and watering, we look for mealy bugs, we pull the mealy bugs off, and that's how you maintain it. Otherwise, there's no other real choice. I mean,
what about when you plant them outside? Do they get mealy bugs?
Yes. In fact, I know.
So the mealy bugs are literally
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
It's not because it had them a little bit already or something like that.
No. In fact, plants will give off a signal. So if your plant is underwatered, mealy bugs love that because the plant gives off a signal, like a frequency that it's under stress because it's thirsty, right? The mealy bug and bugs like that, pests, they can sense and they pick up on the stress of a plant and they will attack it. So
it's like vultures.
Yes. So if a plant is showing stress or low immune system, that's when the pest will come in and attack it. And that's also what we noticed with our trees outside. I was going to say, I noticed mealy bugs the past couple of years on the trees outside. What are those trees again? What are they called? That they get the pests. What is it called, honey? The
ash trees?
Ash trees, yes. So the ash trees, they get that other problem with those beetles, and they eat inside, I think, the trunk of the tree. But I was noticing in the past few years, as they were having issues, there were mealy bugs attacking the leaves. Because every so often, I would go out there and I would see a fallen ash tree leaf, and it had mealy bugs all over it. So there's something about it when the trees and when any of the plants and anything starts to struggle, they're opportunistic. Yes. Are you having issues?
It's just so tedious when you have to just clean up the base and they're little tiny ones.
Oh, you feel my pain, honey. I know, but it's okay. You don't have to be so perfect. I just appreciate your help.
Well, I think the more perfect I am at this moment, the better off you're going to be the next time you go to clean this, right?
Definitely, yeah.
So,
It's all much appreciated.
get it.
Okay, so this one looks sort of like the Arctic ice.
You missed my spider question. That would have been good information.
I'm so sorry. Would you like to ask it again,
No,
honey?
I'm just kidding.
About mealy bugs? We were talking about mealy bugs still. He was still intrigued by that off camera. And we were talking about male mealy bugs.
And I was talking about if, like, what's the what?
The cycle, or
Yeah, what part of the cycle are they? What eats them? Is it spiders? Like,
yeah, I'm sure if a spider can if it flies into a spider's web,
Or
a
they
spider would eat it. But they're pretty
literally
tiny.
Just a nuisance.
They are just a nuisance. They're pretty tiny, so a spider won't get probably a very big meal out of it.
Yeah, but I'm sure if there's one, there's a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
There could be, yeah. Because once they breed, the male breeds with the female. She lays a lot of eggs.
I guess that's another good question too. Like, how do they roam around? Do they roam around in packs or just singular? What attracts
From
them?
what I know, no. The females are like they can be solitary, but I have seen them in packs. Like maybe when they're in when they're small. So when the mom has been breeded with and she's laid eggs and the eggs come to fruition or lay and become little guys, I have seen more than one. Yeah, I have seen them in packs. But I've never ever had an interview with a mealy bug and asked him these questions. Mrs. Mealy Bug, do you guys go in packs or
create a terrarium of
mealy bugs?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, yeah,
Oh,
mealy bugs
gosh.
and like throw a spider in there or something.
And
right?
watch them.
And see if like the spider is smart enough to create a web somewhere and how much it catches when.
Well, I can answer that. I left a spider in the corner over there in the room underneath there, honey. And I have seen him with mealy bugs in the web. So
really?
I keep spiders around. Yes.
See?
Just don't tell Jackson. Jackson, don't watch this video. Mom says don't watch this video. But yeah, and they've been taking out some of the mealy bugs.
So I'm finding some really weak ones right here. Is this gonna be okay to
It'll be
pull?
okay. It'll plump up. I just have to water it.
Okay, I'll leave
So with
it.
this one, just deal with the dead, crispy ones. And if you see mealy bugs, I thought this was a mealy bug, but no, that's something else. Yeah, this is what a succulent looks like when it's super, like, beyond thirsty. Like, I literally think it got forgotten in one of my watering cycles or whatever, because I go by sections, and this one must have gotten forgotten because it is really suffering here. I mean, it's so flippy floppy. It's like, please water me, please. Hey, I have a question for you. Have you wondered whatever happened to, as we were talking about earlier, fungus gnats? Remember we used to have an issue with fungus gnats, and now we don't? I mean, the only issue I have with pests is mealy bugs. Briefly, but you remember how they used to fly up your nose and you get so mad? Even Jackson, he would get so mad at them, and JC.
Yeah, I guess I do. That was kind of a, I guess it's pushed its way out of my mind.
Well, because I pushed him out and found ways to deal with them.
That was kind of brutal and annoying.
Yeah, and you know how I solved that problem?
It was like torture.
Yeah, but do you know how I solved that problem? Because fungus gnats come in with soil. So when you buy soil from like Home Depot or wherever you buy soil, it's already in the soil. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, and people get mad about that, but that's just life. So the way to deal with it is two things: bottom water your plants until the problem is gone. And if you don't know what bottom watering is, it means literally putting your plants like I have right here in these trays, and you just pour the water in here. Don't pour on the top. Just pour here and let the plant take up the water from the bottom. Because if you keep this top part dry, that's where fungus gnats like to grow and have babies. And if it's dry, they will not attack your soil. So that's step one. Step two is these little yellow stickers. See, it traps the fungus gnats. They're attracted to the yellow, and you can buy this anywhere, Amazon or whatever, these little fly sticky traps. That is how I conquered the fungus gnat. And now you have no problems. They will never fly up your nose.
That was a while ago, so I kind of forgot. Like
Yeah.
I said, I kind of pushed it out of my mind.
Yeah, because it was driving me crazy too. That was in the beginning of my plant journey. So that was like years ago that I had that issue. That was like one of the first things I had to tackle. I was like, why are these gnats everywhere? Even in the wintertime, they'd be flying everywhere in our house. And it was so annoying. It was like having fruit flies, but they weren't. They were those stupid fungus gnats. But yep, that's how I solved that problem. And now all I have to deal with is mealy bugs. And it's a never ending, it's going to be forever, never ending. If you have succulents, you're always going to have mealy bugs. I'm just sorry to say. It's just the way of life. Ooh, looking good, honey. It's like you're looking under their skirt.
I don't like what I see.
Clean it up. Clean it up.
Don't worry, I'm a professional.
But isn't it satisfying grabbing those leaves? Grab a... Can
No.
you... Not for you. I
Not
love...
these ones.
Grab a chunk of them. Can you grab a chunk of them?
I can.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's how
gotta
I do
be
it. Just get in there.
Careful.
Just
'Cause
pull them.
I don't want to have to clean up a bunch off the base.
No, these ones are pretty good. If you can get a big grip of them, yeah, with your special tool. Like, this is so satisfying for
They're
me.
just so dry.
I know. But this is satisfying for me when I'm cleaning up. I just love
They're so dry. Every time I touch them, this little poof of dust
comes off. Oh yeah, but that's also because they're powdery. They have that powder on, and then when they get dusty, the powder is like more amplified. Oh, honey, looks like somebody needs a refill of their wine.
Doing pretty good. Too.
Right when I started recording, my plant lights over there turned off because of timers. So it is pretty satisfying now, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Getting 6 at a time. When I get close in here, it feels like I'm walking through a jungle.
It's like a tropical jungle, right?
We are in the natural habitat of the fairies.
A jungle out of Dr. Seuss.
Oh yeah. Dr. Seuss is on the loose.
I'll get to that in a
You silly
moment. I'm gonna
goose.
get this one quick.
But that leaf is really bothering me right there. And you got that juicy one in the middle there. Oh, it's got so many leaves under its skirt to pull.
See a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Jeez, I feel like I'm performing surgery on this one.
Plant surgery. That's what it is. I feel like in the spring, I need to chop the heads off this one.
Need to off with their heads.
Yes. Off with the heads! Because I feel like it's looking pretty, I don't know, leggy. So what I would do is I would water it so these guys get real plump. And then I would chop their heads off. Boop! All of them. And then I would save it, you know, with the chopped heads off and see if more grow. Otherwise, you know, if it doesn't grow, it doesn't grow. But a lot of times it'll grow back and then I'll have more succulents. Yes! You got it! I didn't see it! You should have warned me! And then I can repot up the cuttings in a different pot and start brand new again. And then it will look more like I like the look of this one. See? That's how it used to look. I mean, not that color, because these are green. This is a Mexican snowball, I think. But it was like this. The one you're doing right now. It used to look more like this, only that green color. Or the greenish turquoise. Yeah, and so I like the look. I like the look of it. It just started to grow. It just started to grow leggy like that. Some plants just grow that way, and I just don't really like the look of it. Some people do, but I just don't.
Oh, you don't like this one?
I like this look, this Monroe, where there's like a nice cluster and they're all squished together. I think that's fun. Here's another one I really like. I think that's like a jelly something or other. What is this? Jelly Star Mark. But you know what? Half the time I think all of them are like related to the other, and they just rename them. You know what I mean? So they get you to buy more. Mm-hmm. And I fell for that, didn't I, honey? That's why if you look around, we have all of these succulents. Well, these look empty because these are the ones we're working on right now on this table. Well, this one's not supposed to go here. This one's going up here. But see, we're watering them down here. See? And over here. And here's the rest. These are all like cuttings. I love this snow bunny one. These are cuttings I'm trying to get growing. This is one of those frizzle sizzles. This is one of my favorites, is Fred Ives. I really like this one. That one is another one that grows really well.
Two hours later.
Look at this man, still working hard for me. He's a keeper.
It's a furry one.
We just got what left to do? What's in this tin, right?
Got orangey here,
And
two
then
other tins.
these two tins right here. All right, and then we'll be all done. You're the best, honey. You know that, right? Okay, so today I'm just going to look over the succulents that we watered, and I'm gonna see if anything is looking like it still needs a drink, and then I'm gonna put them back on the shelves. So this one right here, as you can see, my husband cleaned it all up, and now the leaves are firm again. It doesn't look as thirsty, and it looks like it's set to go back on the shelves. So if you look at all of these, everything looks really good. So now that they're all watered, I'm going to wipe down the shelves. They go back on. That's what I do every time, so it keeps it nice and clean. And then I'll start putting them back on the shelves.